A little more late night basketball analysis past midnight. Another West Coast game for the Indiana Fever that has ended past midnight here on the East Coast. So this time the Fever actually won. Hopefully I'll be a little more awake for this video than I was for the last, the one against Golden State 2 games ago, the one that ended past midnight. I'd worked that day and I'd work the next day. I worked 12-hour shifts. I did work a 12-hour shift today, but I am off tomorrow. So the fact knowing that I get to sleep in has a little bit of a pep in my step, I guess you could say. Boy, did Indiana need that win. We needed that one bad. We just had a horrendous West Coast trip there, and Caitlin Clark, her shooting slump continued, but it didn't matter. Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston. What can I say about those two? They picked it up and they did an amazing job. I give them so much credit. I know I've talked about Kelsey Mitchell's game and how much I love it so much. Just the way she has that fearless attitude. Launching threes. Driving to the basket against much bigger bodies, throwing her body around. I just have to give her so much credit. And Aliyah Boston, she's a great all-around player. Very, very important to the team. Even more important than the stat sheet shows. Today she actually filled the stat sheet, but even in games when she doesn't necessarily fill the stat sheet, she is out there making a lot of difference that doesn't show up on the scoreboard. So very happy for them. Very happy to get this win. Like I said, those two games that we lost at Golden State and at Vegas, that was rough to have those leads and blow them. And of course, we had big leads in this game and we just seemed to give up these leads so easily. We'll have a 18-point lead. Next thing you know, it's down to 7 or 8, and you're like, whoa, that's not good. And we did catch a break with the way they guarded Caitlin today. Like I said, another horrendous shooting night. She'll get it. I feel confident, but they pressed her all 94 feet. They pressed her hard. They had Erica Wheeler on her a lot. Wish we still had her, but out there, literally pressing her, hand checking her, all that stuff I didn't think you're allowed to do. Come on, WNBA. This is your money-making vehicle. The least you can do is call a foul, which is being hand checked 80 feet from the basket. But that was a pretty dumb coaching move by Seattle, because I'm thinking, do they not have scouts? Do they not watch film and understand that Caitlin Clark has been in a horrendous shooting slump lately? All they did by guarding her is make her less likely to take a shot that she'll miss, and just open up the floor for everybody else. And like I said, I'm not taking a thing away from Aliyah or Kelsey, because they did the job, but they had the opportunity to do the job, and they did the job. So that was a pretty dumb coaching move by them. Even dumber coaching move by Stephanie White. I don't know what in the world. She had Caitlin Clark back in the game, up by 8 points with 40-something seconds left. Took another tumble, and hope she's okay. Looked pretty ginger getting up from that, but that was not a smart move. They should have kept her on the bench. Should have had all the starters out by that point. It was less than 30 seconds to go. I know they like to prolong those, as they did in the Chicago Sky. How were they playing? LA Sparks game that, at least on YouTube TV when I was trying to watch it, had to miss the first 8 minutes of the first quarter. Watching the foul fest at the end of that one, Chicago actually got a win over the relatively hapless Sparks. Again, WNBA, what are you doing? But should not have had her in that game. So hope she's okay. She'll come out of this slump eventually. And like I said, her ability to spread the floor out helps everybody. Lexi Hall did an amazing job tonight. Spot-up shooting, rebounding, playing solid defense. Sophie Cunningham, too. The Hollywood Blondes, Sophie and Lexi, they did a great job. Lexi especially, she did great. Damaris Dantas had just, especially in the first half there, did an amazing job, which I guess we're going to be losing her for a few games, which I'll get into in a second. I still can't believe that's a thing. And that's just how far down the WNBA is right now. But I'll talk about that in a second, because I do want to address something that was brought up in the comment section. about something that I mentioned, and I'm always glad when you guys talk about stuff in the comments. I knocked the fact that the WNBA is so far down the priority list that these players. There's a Eurobasket. They're missing WNBA games to go play for their country in Europe. And now the Brazilian national team, Camila Cardoso from the Sky, who was mentioned at the end of the broadcast, she'll be, she's not going to be with the Sky for a few games, and apparently Damaris Dantas is not going to be with us for a few games because they're going to play for the Brazilian national team. And if I came across as I was knocking the players for choosing that over the WNBA, that was not my intent. So I just want to clarify that. I'm not knocking the players at all. I'm knocking the WNBA for not making themselves more of a priority. If you're that far down the list that you're going to lose players playing in your premier league supposedly to play some national games, you're just in bad shape. And I can tell you already, this league's not in good shape. Even with Cathrine Clark, they're not doing anything with it. She's on NBA TV. We missed the first 8 minutes of the game because they're showing the end of the already decided Chicago Sky LA Sparks game with Angel Reese, and good Lord, they listened to the local commentators try to continue propping her up when she's not a factor. It's all about Camila Cardoso. She had 27 points in that game. I know because I had to watch the end of it, and I was surprised because they spent the whole end of the game talking about, Angel's doing so good. She's got, 19 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and because they mentioned that stat line about 20 times. I still remember it 2 hours later. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe she's getting something. Of course, all I saw was her getting a shot blocked, which happens a lot. Kind of crazy for a 6'4", long-armed person like her to get so many shots blocked, and you won't believe this, she missed a layup. And then when it was all over, they showed that Camila Cardoso had 27 points. That should have been the story. Angel Reese, doesn't matter if she puts the same stat line every night, they lose. How she plays does not play any factor in whether the Chicago Sky win or lose. So Camila Cardoso having a big game like that was the difference. Angel's just out there putting up empty numbers. That's all there is to it. But like I said, that just shows you where the WNBA is at. They are so far down the priority list. I mean, big players have, I think like Diana Taurasi even missed an entire WNBA season to play in Russia, if I'm not mistaken, a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, like 10, 15 years ago. That's just the state the league's in, and it shouldn't be that way almost 30 years in. But that just shows you kind of where they're at. And like I said, it's been shown that, there's no two ways about it. Cathrine Clark is the driving force behind all this. And for us to miss 8 minutes of the first quarter of her game, watching the end of a pretty much decided free throw shooting contest between the Sparks and Chicago, that's pretty crazy. And also, what's up with these WNBA players hitting other players in the face? Kelsey Mitchell got hit in the face in this game, and Kelsey Plum managed to hit somebody on Chicago in the face. I mean, why? Why are we doing this? Kelsey Plum, who it's like, isn't this awkward? You're asking for my autograph? Well, yes, I mean, it is awkward that somebody want Kelsey Plum's autograph, but sign the autograph. I mean, give me a break. Sit there and just shit all over the fan for that. She's like, you're turning me off right now. There's a hilarious AI, somebody did an AI interview of Cathrine Clark talking about this. Not really her, but them doing an AI rendition. She's like, it's like, Kelsey, there's no man in the world that wants to see you turned on. So that was pretty funny. So hope Caitlin's all right. In all seriousness, so happy for Aliyah and Kelsey. They are such cornerstones of this team. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be so reliant on Cathrine having big games to win or lose. Still have a lot to work on, though. Like I said, we still gave up big leads real quick. Got pretty lucky there, and like I said, the WNBA needs to do something about this hand checking Cathrine for 94 feet. Again, not asking for a special whistle, just call it hand checking. give her some freedom to move so you actually see some of these cool things that she can do. But like I said, it didn't matter tonight. And like I said, it was a dumb decision. She's still in a horrendous shooting slump, and they would waste an entire defender on her. And plus, they allowed her to spread the floor out. She did a smart job of, making sure to use that to spread it out, and gave Kelsey and Aliyah the little bit of room they needed to really have a great night. So congrats to them. Congrats to Indy. Hope they get this figured out. Hope they get some of this coaching stuff figured out. I guess DeWanna Bonner's gone. She wasn't a fit for the team. Hopefully we can make this mutual and not ugly, but who knows? You never know. So hopefully we can do that. So happy for them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Late night again. What do you think, cats? Big old fat Louie and our Siamese cat over there. Yeah. Look at the camera, Asian cat. Okay, don't look at the camera. That's okay. But I'm in the master bathroom because of the lighting. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.